Today, we are going to look at a famous book titled Atomic Habits by the author James Clear. We are going to look at the claim of the book, the hidden fallacy in its claim, and the practicality of gains it promises. So let's get started. The book's title comprises of two words, atomic and habits. Atomic means small, something that cannot be broken into further pieces. At the same time, it also means powerful, for example, an atomic bomb. The second word, habit, means something that we repeat, mostly without realizing that we are repeating it. For example, biting our nails when we are stressed, or craving a cake when we pass by a bakery. Now let's see what's the premise of the book is. The author says that if you repeat small things for a long period of time, it adds up to great gains in the long run. I have in fact written a formula for this. Let's see. So that the gain is equal to the start value into 1 plus the percent gain, percent increase raised to power days. So it may look like very mathematical, but let's see what it means. Let's say you start meditation for 1 minute every day and you want to increase your meditation time. So the author claims that if you increase your meditation time by just 1% every day, then by the end of the year, you would have increased your meditation time by roughly 37, that means 37 minutes. And all you have to do is increase your time by only 1% every day. Now let's see how it works. On the left, I have made a table where the first column represents the number of days, the second column represents the gain you get by increasing your meditation time by only 1% every day. So let's see what happens after 5 days. So after 5 days, you would have meditated for roughly 1 minute 3 seconds. Well, that's not much. It's practically the same. So let's see what happens after a month. It will increase to 1 minute 20 seconds. Actually, that's also not much. Let's see what happens after 6 months. You would have meditated for 6 minutes. So you can see some increase, but still it's not much. After 300 days, you would have made it to almost 20 minutes. Now that's an achievement. But after 1 year, you would have meditated for roughly 38 minutes. And all of this is possible because you increased your meditation time by 1% every day. That's it. Graphically, this is how it looks. On the y-axis, we have the gain, and on the x-axis, we have the number of days. And you see the blue curve, it grows exponentially, right? So all of this is great and wonderful. Then what's the problem? What's the catch? If all you have to do is increase 1% every day, then what's the problem? Well, let's see what are the 2 points here that we need for this to work. The first point is that you have to increase 1% every day on the previous value of the previous day. That means it's not on the initial value, right? And the second, you have to do the gain, or the gain is possible depending upon the initial value. That means what you did on the first day, right? So based on these two things, let's extend the table that we saw earlier. Now let's say you want to extend the same claims and the same formula to walking every day. Let's say for now you can walk for 1000 steps every day, right? Then by the 5th day, you would have walked for 1050 steps. That's just 50 more steps, right? By the end of 3 months, you would walk roughly 2500 steps. And that's again a good gain. But by the end of the year, you would have to walk roughly 38,000 steps every day. And that I don't think is possible. Now let's extend this table to a setting where you have to walk 4000 steps every day. That means for a normal human being, right? So by the end of the 90 days, that means after 3 months, you would walk roughly 10,000 steps. And by the end of the year, the person has to walk 150k steps every day. I don't think that's possible for a normal human being. But again, maybe David Goggins can do it. So this is the fallacy of the claim. It's not always possible to keep on increasing your gains beyond a certain point because of the practicality of the real world. So now what should you do? Right? Should you not use the formula, or is the book incorrect? So I have plotted the graph that we saw earlier and made some adjustments to it. There is an upper bound. I have shown it in the y-axis at roughly at 20, but it can be anywhere else also. It is just for the explanation purpose. I call this line as the wall of reality, and beyond this point you cannot increase your gains. But what you can do is that you can perform with consistency at this level. So if you continue to do it for a prolonged period of time, you enter what I call potential greatness. Right? This is where all the top performance of the world live. It will take tremendous amount of effort to be in this zone for a long period of time. But if you can do that, then that will separate you from everybody around you. Staying in this particular zone Staying in this particular zone will make all the difference. It will take you from a person with top potential to a person who performs in his or her top form always. So that's all for today. Please subscribe if you find this video to be beneficial. Thank you.